Nigerian Professional Football League, match day 4. There are matches that was played across Nigeria for that particular week. But to let you know that a particular incident happened over there in Uyo that got Nigerians talking, it's been flying around a particular video where a match official was actually slapped by one of the fans of Dakkada FC of Uyo. Well, right now, we just have to look into that particular story. Using that to welcome you to 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Achishafe. Joining me in the studio is to my immediate left-hand side, talking about Muideen Jimoh. Good to have you.
Pleasure always to be on the show.
And also joining us is Ibrahim Yusuf. And the one I call Ibrahim Yusuf, Ibrahim Mohammed.
You know, it's always a pleasure for me to be here.
Good one there. Now, I just mentioned a particular scenario where in the NPFL, when we're just thinking the issue of home must win has been neutralized. The match between Dakkada FC and Remo Stars. Dakkada FC part of Remo Stars, that match came up, and we have the clip there where a particular official was slapped. Let's just watch a bit. Particular occurrence, the fact that an official or officials were coming, they were coming, and someone just came as if wanted to talk to them, and the next thing it was buzz on the face of the other one. Can you just beat this?
You know, we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago about the home must win thing in the professional league, and we actually thought that this thing has, we have passed that stage now. You understand? And it's really disheartening to see things like this happening in our league in this day and age. I mean, I talked about an incident like 5-6 seasons ago where I saw a referee being attacked with a ladder. You understand? A referee was actually attacked with a ladder, and we were saying that things like this have actually come to, they are no longer, we don't see things like this right now in the NPFL, and that we're past that stage. But it's quite unfortunate that things like this actually happen. I mean, there's no security whatsoever. Anybody can just go there and do whatever. We're even lucky it was just a slap. It could have been something more.
Or maybe a bottle or knife or cutlass.
He could have been attacked with a weapon. You know, and
how would someone slap an official like that? And the man was just shocked. He was shocked beyond. He couldn't just. Now I learned that the fan have been spotted. Now LMC will have to wield a big hammer because this is just uncalled for at all. Each time you look at this particular clip, you just feel the man with the brown chino was still at least arguing or shouting with them, although he didn't raise a hand. But the other one came. Look at this. This is just uncalled for, Muideen.
Honestly, I don't even know what to say. I find this, it leaves a sour taste in my mouth. And, it's not just the action that is the problem. You saw he did it and he walked away.
He walked away successfully.
No security person. There and then, you just said, let me say they will look at it. There and then, it ought to have been picked.
Has been done.
It ought to have been picked immediately because this is assault. This is assault. Then you treat him like a criminal.
Exactly.
You don't hide under the cover of that you're in the stadium, then you can do anything. He should have been locked up and banned from. That's when the LMC will not come in. That okay. You've been banned from here, you can't enter any of the stadia. But the criminal aspect of it should be dealt with. And I think until we start to do some of these things, that's when, because these are Premier League, this is the highest, In England, you see, what's it called, the stewards, you see them, backing
the stadium,
the pitch itself.
The pitch.
And they are all round, and they try to ensure that, fans behave themselves. And that's what we should have at our venues. But we don't see that, we don't see security guys.
With this scenario,
yes,
it shows that LMs need to do something. Maybe this one will also create more employment because one, the stewards now, they need people to be there.
Yes.
Maybe as that guy was coming, somebody will have shielded him back.
Definitely,
exactly.
Yes.
Because under normal circumstances, you're not supposed to have that kind of access.
Access, exactly.
You're not supposed to have that kind of access if you're not authorized to be there.
The place was just too open.
And obviously the person was not authorized to be there. You know, so going back to what I just said earlier, we were even lucky it was just a slap. He could have come with anything and he could have attacked that person. And just to add to what Muhyiddin actually said, it's not a question of LMC now. We're not talking about that. This is a criminal act. You know, it's a criminal act that the authorities need to take charge of that.
Now, as we speak right now, they said, the news came out that he has been picked by Nigerian police, and also he has been banned for a year. And then the rest of issue of money that the team will pay or that will come from LMC.
Yes, because I was actually thinking that the club themselves need to be sanctioned.
Yeah, they made a statement. They just released a statement that apologizing, or even though they will not support hooliganism for that particular fan who did that, they will hand over him to the police, and also he has been spotted, and they will hand over him to the police, and also he has been by themselves. The team themselves made that he has been banned by the police for a year in the NPFL. So as it is, I love the fact that the team quickly came up with statements to at least before LMC will win the bigger man, let them just bury themselves.
For me, it's a slap on the wrist, 1 year ban, because this is unprovoked. You know, there's no justification whatsoever. You saw the officials; they were just doing their job. You know, there was no provocation. You just came and you assaulted them blatantly. You know, no. This, because we need to set the example. Like the club said, like the club then, I think they should do more so that, and their supporters club, I think apart from punitive measures, there should also be enlightenment. Everything, they should have like seminar and workshop for their supporters every now and then. And before matches, that please behave yourself. If you don't behave yourself, will be docked points, because it might get to that point that if you assault, then they remove 3 points, and you say you're supporting us, and at the end of the day, we can't have points to climb up the ladder. So when these enlightenment is, because some of these guys, you know, they don't even know what they're doing. They just come and they feel, yes, I'm showing support. And the management needs to come down heavy and say, this is not the way to show support for us. If you want to show support for us, stay there in the stands, cheer us, sing to us, and that's all we want. We don't want you coming down to, if we have any issues, we'll take it up, you know, formally, and we'll get our redress. I think that's the way to go.
And then apart from the clubs doing all that, the sensitization and making sure that everything is fine, then that's when the LMC will come in to guarantee security on these pitches. You understand? This is just one incident. We really thought that these things were no longer applicable in our Premier League, because these were things that were happening before. We had incidences where referees were actually assaulted, players of teams were actually assaulted, you know, and all that. But we thought that was in the past. You know, so it's quite unfortunate that things like this actually happen right now. So it's now time for the LMC to come in, provide security on these pitches for the officials, for visiting teams, so that things like this will not occur. You know, and then the measures taken, or should I say, the punishment being meted out, should actually serve as a deterrent, both to the clubs and to individual supporters. A 1 year ban, I think, just like Muhyiddin said, is really a slap on the wrist. I mean, people have been banned for life for doing much less.
Exactly. And if I might just chip in, you know, as a referee, when you come to a stadium and you see that there's security, you feel like you're safe.
You feel secured.
You feel secured. You give your best. But when you're there and you're like watching over your back and you're like, if I make this call, I might be assaulted, then in the long run, we're doing a whole lot of disservice to our league. That's what I'm saying. So there's a bigger picture to this. We might just say like, he just came and gave him a slap. But other referees are also watching and like, okay, maybe when I go here now, I have to be careful.
Do to me.
You understand? And they won't give their best. And at the end of the day, we won't have a good league. So in Africa, we should be among the best. The South African league, we watch it every day. The North Africans, they are way, way beyond us. Why are they beyond us? It's because they put in place measures for this kind of thing. There's adequate security, good organization. But in terms of talent, we have better talent. But what is talent without proper management?
What is talent without proper management? We've been reviewing that particular clip that has to do with Dakkada versus Remo Stars. That match was played at the over there in Uyo. It's so worrisome to look at that particular, to watch that video where the official was actually slapped by one of the fans. Where the fans, according to Dakkada FC, has been spotted, and he will be handed over to the police. Also saying they will ban him for a year. Well, as it is right now, people are not happy with that particular video. It's going viral and LMC just have to wade in and do something about it. And also, more stewards will have to use this particular opportunity at times. Some things happen for as an eye-opener. With these stewards in that stadium, in different stadiums in Nigeria, you need to employ more stewards that will stand around the stadium to at least shield the officials from being either slapped or attacked. It's becoming something worrisome for officials. What if the Nigerian referee now decide to say, okay, we are not going to officiate anymore because we are not feeling secured anymore?
Yeah.
And
then we are in trouble.
And it could happen, just like Muhyiddin actually pointed out. You know, it puts our league in a very, very precarious situation. When you go away and referee a match, you should be able to feel secure to make the right call. We've had situations whereby referees gave 17 minutes of stoppage time because the home team was losing. You understand? And at the end of the 17 minutes, it didn't work out. He had to manufacture a penalty, give it to the home team so that they will equalize. Immediately after that, he blew the final whistle. So those are the kind of things that we want to avoid. You know, once a referee is intimidated and feels like, okay, if I don't make the right call for the home team, I'm going to be in trouble. You know, and also away teams as well. When you play away, how safe do you feel? Do you feel safe enough to play your best? That's when issues of match fixing will start coming in here and there, and those are things that we don't want to see.
If I might quickly add in, let me expand it even bigger. AFCON will be starting very soon. We have almost 30 officials as in referee and assistant referees. We have only one Nigerian assistant referee there. And in fact, this is the first time we're having one. In past tournament, we don't even have Nigerian referees there. It's not because they're not good. FIFA watches you, CAF watches you, they watch the league matches you do, they give you tests and all that. It's not as if they're not good, but overall, because you don't put in your best, you're not invited, and this is rubbing off on us. So, because the league is the premier focus for us, CAF, they watch what happens there, and they say, look at the level of appreciation. We can't bring this to CAF. So, there are so many dimensions to this issue, and the earlier we tackle it, the better for us.
The earlier the better it is going to be, because we just have to get it right in Nigerian professional football league. So disheartening to see that particular clip flying around, and right now Dakkada just have to get punished for that particular scenario. Well, that fan has cost them a lot right now. Away from that NPFL story, let's talk about the Nigerian. Yes, because she will be playing for Nigeria. Her name is Ashley Plumter. Ashley Plumter right now has been declared by FIFA to play for Nigeria. The young lady that plays for Leicester City of England, a defender, played for the Junior English Three Lions, but now she will be playing for Nigeria because all the official papers have been signed and FIFA has declared her fit to play for Nigeria. According to the NFF media coordinator, they are talking about Demola Lajiri, that Nigeria, yes, they are happy, they received that, and they are really elated concerning Plumter. Oh, we just quickly move away from Plumter story. Let's talk about the match that will be the big one that will be coming up today over there in English Football League. Chelsea versus Tottenham Hotspur. I have it Tottenham fan here.
I know you definitely look at me. I know you look at me.
So what do you? Because let me start with you.
Yes.
Your team.
Yes.
Tottenham versus Chelsea.
Yes.
I'm sure you have to be patriotic. Your team will win.
Well, definitely. If you ask me as a Tottenham fan, I'll say we'll run riot and beat Chelsea like 4 or 5-0. You understand?
What is riot is running?
So that's the thing. But if you for us to analyze what's actually there, you know, Tottenham are actually in a good place right now. They are on an upward trajectory, having very good results. There's a little bit of turmoil in the Chelsea camp that we hope to be able to capitalize on that with the Lukaku issue and people saying things that they're not supposed to say in interviews and whatnot. So we hope to be able to capitalize on that and ride this current wind that we're actually on. So I believe, not just as a fan, as an analyst, I think Tottenham has the slight edge. But you know, it's a derby. A London derby, and you never can predict what a derby
let me do it this way. Okay, since you are siding your team, you're wearing their jersey, you're actually your team. Let me take you for Chelsea.
Okay, I'm not Chelsea, but
yes, I know. Maybe you should stand for Chelsea.
Okay, I'm standing for Chelsea, but on current form, Tottenham's got the edge. Let's face it. Like he said, Chelsea, they're going through a little bit of a patch, you know, and don't forget their goalkeeper, Senegalese guy, Mendy, very strong in the play, is gone to the AFCON also. And of course, the Antonio Conte factor, you can't rule it out. You know, since they came to Tottenham, you saw that stability that is brought to the team, that cohesion and what have you. And Tuchel, when he came in, he did that also, but it looks like they're having issues right now and needs to solve the issue. And for Conte, let's face it, this looks like the realest chance for him to win a silverware. And if you look at Conte, everywhere he's gone, he's won something. The league definitely is not going to win the league this season. He's out of Europe. So the only major trophy he can win, and he was actually asked in a press conference, and he was like, it's too early, but definitely it's that mind game. He knows he needs to go all out.
To get this particular cup.
Yes, so I said Tottenham taking, just like, but it's a derby. For derbies, forms are thrown out of the window. Is what you do in 90 minutes that determines who takes the day.
I know Tottenham want to say something, but I won't let you say this. Let's quickly go to the Copa del Rey. Spanish Copa del Rey will also be coming up over there in Spain. Matches will be played, and let's look at those matches that we play. Eibar will be playing against Mallorca. Valencia travel to play against Cartagena FC. You see all these small teams, they can't be giant killing. Leganes against Real Sociedad. Linares Deportivo against Barcelona. Barcelona have to be very careful. Atletico Baleares against Celta Vigo. Rayo Vallecano against Mirandes. And you have Real Valladolid hosting Real Betis. As Real Madrid over there at the Santiago Bernabeu. Although this time around they travel to play against Alcoyano. Do you see Alcoyano? That name sounds like Coyote or something. Do you see them winning against Real Madrid? Starting from winning.
At this stage, I think the big boys will still skate through. They might.
Who are the big boys now?
Let's see. Of course, anybody that's playing the top division, those are the big boys. Barcelona,
Real Madrid,
regardless of
Celta
Vigo,
they
are still the big boys. At this stage, there might be one or two banana peels here and there, but I think they will scale through. The guys in the main division, they will scale through. Leganes, Omero is there. They've dropped down, but he's there. He's here in Nigeria now with AFCON. So, but I see Rosa said also do. And Rosa said that, let's face it, they've been doing well. Even last season they did well. So I think this is also a chance for some of these guys to win a silverware because, of course, they are dominated by Barcelona and Real Madrid. So they see this opportunity as, okay, let's get a silverware here. So the big boys for now will still skate through.
That's why cup competitions are very interesting. You actually see clubs that you never heard of.
Nowhere.
Have
you heard of Alcoyano?
I have never heard of Alcoyano. That's where I'm heading to. I've never heard of Alcoyano before, but now they're playing Real Madrid. You understand? It gives them the opportunity to go out there, get that exposure, and we're talking about them now. Under normal circumstances, we wouldn't be. You understand? You have clubs like Cartagena. I mean, like the last thing I heard about Cartagena is in Colombia. You understand? Exactly. So I never knew that there was a club like Cartagena.
Do you know there's a particular club? There's a particular club in South Africa. Yes, they name it after Nigeria. They name it. I can't remember the name now. When I saw it, I was like, what? This is the name of the club?
Yeah.
Seriously.
You understand? So these cup competitions give these lower league clubs the opportunity to go there, showcase themselves and get known. But who knows? We might have one or two surprises. Yes.
And it's also good for the players because for the first time they were rubbing shoulders with the big boys. It does a whole lot for them.
Exactly.
And in terms of gate takings, in terms of everything. So whichever way you look at it, the small in quotes of the lower guys.
Exactly. And the good thing about this is we're looking at these fixtures, you see most of the small guys that we're talking about, they're at home. So when you talk about gate takings and whatnot, I mean, like that's exactly, they'll tune in, not probably to see their own team, not probably to see their own team, you understand, but to see the other guys.
The big boys.
The big boys, exactly.
So only with the big boys. Let's take our last story for this particular session of 360 Sport. A particular player of Chelsea, Romelu Lukaku from Belgium, apologized to his team fans, talking about Chelsea fans all over the world for the fact that he was a bit unruly with his interview, where he actually called that he might want to go back to Italy, he prefers Italy and all a lot of things that he said. But he had a meeting with the manager of the team, Thomas Tuchel, and they had a one-on-one chat, heart-to-heart chat, and they agreed that, okay, let's give peace a chance. And now Lukaku could be playing today. Now let's look at Lukaku's issue quickly before our time is up.
I definitely mistake there, and he raised his hand up and said, I'm sorry. You understand? And Tuchel did the right thing because, when you don't have control of the dressing room, there as a manager, you're finished. You understand? He dropped him, and I like the fact that he didn't extend it. Aubameyang is facing something similar, and his own looks like he's gone to the exit door. So, but for Lukaku, highest paid, former Chelsea player has come back. Tuchel dealt with it very well. didn't pick him. Now they've had a discussion. He's apologized to his teammates, apologized to the fans, but you can't be in Chelsea and be telling me you want to go back to Inter Milan or implying, Inter is still whatever. No, you don't do that. That means you don't show respect for the badge you play for. And that's key.
Ibrahim.
Yes, just to echo what he has said, I believe Thomas Tuchel should be given all the kudos for how he handled this issue. I mean, like, it was handled professionally. He dropped him, but not to the detriment of the team, because they know they need Lukaku.
Yes.
You understand? He is their most expensive signing, and he delivers. So you can't expect to keep him out for this long. So he brought him in. They had a discussion, and hopefully this issue has been resolved. Lukaku actually made a mistake. Everybody knows that. You can't go about when you're playing for a particular team saying that if you had your way, you will not be here. I mean, like, it doesn't work out. Even if that's how you feel, you probably call the gaffer and tell him in private, but not go and have an interview like that. So for Chelsea's sake, I hope this issue is actually resolved, because right now, even if they say they're going to sell Lukaku, who's buying him? Nobody has the money to buy him now, so they'll be left with dead weight, and he will not be able to do anything. So I hope for Chelsea's sake that this issue is actually resolved once and for all.
I hope for your team's sake too.
That he doesn't come back today.
Seriously, we just have to end it here, talking about 360 Sport on Trust TV. Don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms. It's good to have you, Muideen Jimon. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
And also Ibrahim Yusuf. Thank you very much.
Nice to be here.
Well, I am Adeni Ajishafe. Keep doing sport, is fitness and business. Thanks for watching.